Why aren't you executing on what you want? Today I'm going to show you why most women fail to execute at a high level and how to fix it using 3 specific shifts. Execution is essentially the bridge between vision and embodiment, and a lot of women sabotage their execution through one of 3 things. 1 is lack of clarity, 2 is poor self-command, and 3 is an outdated operating system. One of the biggest glass ceilings I see with women is the lack of clarity in knowing exactly what they want. I think that this has its roots in generations upon generations of feminine suppression, where we didn't actually have the choice to be, do, or have what we want. So in a way, there is a thread within many women of still holding back on knowing what they uniquely want for their lives, outside of the expectations of what society says that they should want. In addition to this, I would say that women in general are more multifaceted and multi-passionate than men, meaning that women have an innate joy in diversity, change, and variety, which can sometimes cloud women in identifying the next one thing to fully put their minds and souls into. The feminine is also known for being more process and journey driven than goal driven. Now, this doesn't mean that women don't actualize their goals or that they shouldn't focus and set goals, but it's important to understand that women might naturally have more of a wider focus on life than a narrow focus. This can sometimes make it harder to know exactly what it is that we want. I also want to mention that women are masters of flow, and we're typically wired to follow what might feel good over what actually needs to be done. I've seen how this can really drive women off track on executing in the direction that they desire, because sometimes what will be required of you and the things that you'll need to do might not necessarily feel good, but they're the things that move the needle. The first place I would start with gaining clarity on what you want is reclaiming your power of choice. And if you live in a modern Western culture, to own the fact that you exist in a time where there is so much more opportunity for women than there has been in the past. Then I would take some time to tune into your body and feel the essence of what it is that you want. Women have a tendency to want to know all of the details, the plan, the process, and this is partly because we've been over-intellectualized as a society, but also partly because we are built to be highly observant and to know what's happening at all times. This is the mother within us. So release the pressure of needing to fill in all the details right now and just focus on connecting with the essence of what your soul wants to be, do, or have. The more you connect with this essence, the more it will communicate to you. The more time you spend in relationship with it, the more details will continue revealing themselves to you in due time. The other quite important factor that blocks a woman's clarity is fear. Fear that she'll get it wrong, fear that it won't work out, or fear that she won't be loved. So get intimate with all and any fears surrounding the idea of you going for what you want. Write these fears down and feel them move through your body, through your nervous system. Don't avoid the fear, but instead hold the intention to get close with it, to get intimate with it, to bring it in, to no longer be separate from it. This is the only way to move through fear. It's through fully engaging with it. It's feeling the fear move through your nervous system as you remain present. It's meeting the fear with loving, unconditional awareness, void of self-judgment or negative self-talk. Now, the second block in a woman executing powerfully is a lack of self-command. Self-command is essentially self-leadership. It's the ability to stay committed, disciplined, and focused in the direction of your highest alignment. It's the activation of your internal authority. It's not waiting to feel like doing something or taking action, but it's commanding yourself into it. The steps I mentioned above around clarity is a precursor to self-command. If a woman lets fear hold her back, then she will never be able to meet that version of herself that is fearless, committed, and unstoppable. A huge part of activating your self-command is walking straight into the fire. It's actually having the courage to take a leap of faith without any physical evidence that what you're going for will work out. It's not relying on the external world for validation and certainty that you're going to be okay and that everything is going to work out as planned, but instead it's about finding the power within you to know that you will figure it out regardless. It's harnessing the frequency of I can, I will, and I am. It's not letting the idea of failure or making a mistake stop you in your tracks, but knowing that failure and mistake is an inevitable part of the journey of success, and that each hurdle you come across is simply strengthening the woman that you're growing into. Self-command is largely about committing to what you want and organizing your behavior, habits, and daily structure to channel time and energy into it. You cannot wait for external approval or validation to move. You have to validate your own desires and approve your own dreams. You have to validate your own desires and approve of your own dreams in order to command your mind, body, and spirit in the direction of what you're here to create in this lifetime. The third block is running on an outdated operating system. This means that you're running your life from a version of you that you created in the past, and this version doesn't align with who you need to be to execute effectively moving forward. Take a look at the women that you grew up with. What was their relationship with going for what they wanted? Were they able to execute well? Were there any major setbacks that happened when they took action, and did they ever recover from this, or did they feel defeated by it? As children, we unconsciously idolize our parents and those in our immediate environment because our survival quite literally depends on it. We also imitate them and their actions before we understand how to speak. So bringing awareness to the women in your adolescence can give you some huge clues around your own relationship with execution and what might be holding you back from it. By bringing your awareness to all of these patterns and themes, you then have the power to choose something different. Now, the thing is, many women hold themselves back because we are naturally driven by community and connection. And if a skill or characteristic isn't exhibited in our community or the women that we're most connected with or influenced by, then we might be afraid that if we embody this skill or characteristic, then we risk being outcasted or isolated. This is really a tribal mentality. It's biological and it's very normal. And to be honest, it's one of the hardest glass ceilings for anyone to break through because as humans, we're naturally drawn to connection and belonging over anything else. So once you've observed the characteristics and traits of the biggest female influences in your early life, then take a look inwards at your own patterns and behavior in the here and now. Ask yourself this: how do I truly see myself? Do I see myself as a woman who gets what she wants? Do I see myself as a woman who takes powerful action in the direction of her highest alignment? Or do I see myself as a woman in hiding? She's comfortable, she's safe, but she's not truly fulfilled. This will give you awareness on the self-image constraints that are ready for an upgrade. You need to identify what an upgrade of this operating system will look and feel like, and then create the structure for the update to occur. This first starts as a personal choice to see yourself and conceptualize of yourself differently. Then it's about identifying the new habits and behaviors that a woman with this self-image will exhibit. Then it's about taking action in alignment with this. If you stay committed to these steps that I outlined, you will become her. You will become the version of yourself that knows what she wants, commands herself into the direction of it, and has the internal operating system that matches where she's going. Mastering execution starts with mastering you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.